welcome to the Really Likable Geeks podcast. I'm Steve.
Hi, Matt.
And I'm Stuart.
And this is a podcast where we talk about nerd stuff and things to keep you from going outside, like video games, comic books, anime, and other nerd things like what? That's funny.
We broke our producer, guys.
I'm making faces.
10
now.
seconds. 10 seconds in, and we've broken our producer. 10 seconds. We broke our producer in 10 seconds.
Are you talking about him having the shit? Is that?
Look, I didn't want to put it out like
I
this,
asked Stuart if he wanted
but
a taco.
Joey is part German,
and he's like,
so that's
I asked Stuart if he wanted a taco,
I get it.
and he goes, no.
Matt got it.
So I was like, what, you're gonna shit? Del Taco's great. It does make you shit. So I feel like it was a valid
That's
question.
all food. You described.
By the way,
all
this
food.
podcast is
Not all food is
sponsored
great.
by Del Taco, but I would love for it to be.
I wish they were.
That would be amazing.
I'm gonna eat some.
unlike
Del Taco,
disgusting,
you wanna-
unlike disgusting shitty Taco Bell.
Yeah, fuck
Del
Taco.
Taco's
Unless Taco Bell
delicious.
wants to sponsor us.
No, I'd rather take nothing.
No, I'd rather rip my dick off and throw it in the river. But
Okay.
Diarrhea
Jesus.
is free anyways.
Okay. God damn.
Did you say Diet Del Taco?
No, I said
Diarrhea
diarrhea is
free.
free.
Oh.
What are they going to give
I
us?
thought you said Taco Bell was Diet Del Taco. Because you shit it all, it goes right through.
as in like
a little
Diet
lighter.
Coke and Coke. Diet Coke is awful, but it's basically the same thing, just tastes like shit. so Taco Bell is just Diet
Tastes like
Taco.
shit.
It's the same thing. It just tastes bad.
How's it going, guys? Good?
Oh, just great.
Good?
I pooped on Joey.
Doesn't that...
Not
No.
yet.
That sounds
I did
exactly
not.
like
Can
someone.
you prove it? You
That-
totally shit on her.
That sounds exactly like something that someone who got shit on would say.
They are right.
Yeah. No.
That didn't happen.
Anyways,
She's
before
really
that,
mad at us right now.
Before that, though, we went to the drive-in
Mhm.
and we saw a new movie,
Yeah? What movie?
New Mutants.
It's a new movie about new mutants.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan of the name either.
What? Words are very difficult.
They really
today.
phoned that one in, didn't they?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it. I think we talked about New Mutants the first time like 2 years ago when it was originally supposed to come out.
Oh, when it was like first.
Oh, it
page
has
and
been a
stuff?
while since we talked about it. Yeah.
Because it was supposed to come out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But
Many
then
moons ago.
tons of reshoots and rewrites and new director and blah, 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 blah. The end result is
Not
a
that
strong meh. It's
Almost like it was unnecessary.
it's completely unnecessary because in my mind, Marvel's kind of done. They told their story with the Avengers. The last Avengers, I think, was like the end. Like, is anyone actually really interested in
Like
any
of Marvel movies?
I think so, or the narrative at least.
Isn't there a Black Widow movie coming out though?
There is, but do you really care? She's dead,
Yeah, I care.
but she's dead,
She's hot,
but she's dead.
but she's hot.
But I'm saying narratively.
Okay.
Isn't that necrophilia?
How many times in the Marvel comics does Black Widow die and come back though?
I couldn't possibly have that answer on hand.
The point. Okay, let me rephrase that. In the Marvel comics, has she ever died and come back?
Probably.
There you go.
But that's
There
not
you
what
go.
this movie is, though.
This
This
is a
movie's
prequel.
the movie's a prequel.
Is it a prequel?
Yes.
They've
Oh.
already said that
This is like her.
because it's got
training
it's
and
got,
stuff.
What's his name? David Harbour as the Russian
Yeah.
fucking.
This
God,
this
what
is her
his
training.
name?
This movie's all about her training. Like
Yeah.
you know the there's blood in your ledger. This is her ledger.
Yeah.
The movie takes place in the 2-year gap between Captain America: Civil War and Avengers: Infinity War. Okay.
So not like prequel before any of the
Okay,
movies.
So not
but
my training apparently.
But
Or her
before she
training.
died from the
Yeah.
Got it.
So I'm.
Before she became a rock.
Yeah.
Dwayne
Yeah, so
Johnson, is that
that's
you?
kind of how the New Mutants movie feels because there's connections. There's an X-Men there. There's Colossus's sister Ilya is there, but it just kind of seemed like, well, what was the point of this
Right.
movie? They were trying to go a different tone and direction because it's more of like a teen horror than an actual Marvel superhero movie, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of it seems more like a teen horror drama. than a Marvel movie, which if it had come out 2 years ago, probably would have worked.
So what you're telling me is
But-
it's Marvel does Twilight.
No, it's not. It's not that terrible.
Does it feel like a Teen Titans kind of a feel? Deadpool.
No, it's not as you're talking about the new Teen Titans series.
Yes.
No, that's horribly overdone.
Okay.
It's not. I don't know. It's hard to put. It feels like if it had come out 2 years ago, that would have been the right time to watch the movie. But now that
Carry on.
now that Marvel's done for the most part, especially with Captain Marvel movies getting canceled,
Yeah.
Alison Brie getting kicked out of Marvel basically because I guess everyone at Disney hates her, and that's why she didn't get any parts in any of the new Star Wars
You mean
IPs.
Brie Larson?
What did I say?
You said Alison Brie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a person too.
Brie Larson. Alison Brie is from Community, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, Alison Brie. I think her husband is. Oh, I just lost it. Her husband is James Franco. That's it.
No, Dave.
Dave Franco. The little Franco.
Little one.
Philip DeFranco. Is that what
No,
you said?
Dave Franco.
I thought you said Philip DeFranco.
Dave Franco. James.
Well,
Franco.
I've been hearing a lot of weird shit today. So
Anyways, it's worth watching. I wouldn't spend money on it, even though I already did.
well, you said. So you think that?
So if you're
It's
stuck in a
done.
hotel and it's on cable, watch it.
Yeah,
But
if you're in
don't
the
go buy a
hospital
ticket.
and that's it, and you can't change the channel, you're kind of forced to, but then you should watch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not terrible.
So it's not hospital.
If you're in a hospital, you don't even have to change the channel. It's actually worth watching.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
But-
worth
okay.
watching.
But
it's-
don't go pay.
So if you're
it's
in
worth
jail-
watching. It's not worth paying
I don't.
for.
do you
comes
have
up
a
on
TV?
TV.
Do you have a TV in jail?
Yeah, there's TVs in
Oh,
jail.
I don't go to
I mean,
jail
I
very
have no
often.
idea.
So
I have no idea.
Depends on the jail.
Depends on the jail. Anyways,
Well, like a Supermax in Colorado, they each have their own TV in their cells, but that's
Fire.
because they're not let out.
ever.
yeah, ever.
But you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it depends on the jail. Anyways, it's
Uh,
worth watching if you have the opportunity to
But don't
without
pay
paying
for it.
money.
You were saying that you think the MCU is done though.
I
What-
feel when I
you
say
don't think that they can
when I
do-
say done, I mean that
On the way out.
they hit their peak of interest, and I think that looking at not only all the crap that's happened this year,
Mhm.
but looking at the lineup of what movies they had coming out in the future, people's general reaction was like, "Who?" For a lot of those movies,
Fair enough.
Like
you don't
they-
think that they could
didn't
come
save
out?
they didn't save any like well-known characters for this. What is it, Phase 5 or whatever?
I don't even know.
There's no well-known. There's no
The second saga.
yeah. There's no living room characters.
Mm.
People who you could walk up to anyone and be like, "Oh, Captain America," and they'd be like, "Oh yeah,"
Hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even before the movies, you'd be like, "Oh, Iron Man." Most people would know.
You would have to
Hulk.
be like a diehard. Comic
Yeah, like
reader.
it's not like, for instance, the Morbius movie with Jared Leto looks good.
Yes.
But I don't think that Morbius can carry the entire MCU forward.
Right.
Not the same way that Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans could.
Right.
He's bringing it in the direction of
He's taking it to a darker place, which is kind of what New Mutants did as well. But New Mutants' darker place was a more teenage angsty than like an actual.
So like it was a dim place.
It, like I said, if this movie had come out 2 years ago, then it would have been perfect because it would have been a change of tone from all the other Marvel movies that were coming out.
Right.
And it would have been refreshing. The same way that Deadpool was.
Uh-huh.
Deadpool I think a lot of the reason that Deadpool was so popular, it wasn't just Ryan Reynolds and the performance and all that. It was also because everyone had been fucking inundated with all these superhero movies, and then you have an anti-hero movie. And people didn't really get who Deadpool was as a character.
Yeah.
And the same thing could have been done with the New Mutants. And I think they missed
true.
their window of opportunity.
So you don't think that there's another storyline in Marvel that could be turned into a movie like the Immortals?
I think that they've
Like Black
already fucked up the Immortals too bad.
I don't
Because there
think
was
they do a Black
already
Bolt movie?
there was already a TV series, remember? That was
Yeah.
canceled. Yeah, and that was meh.
But if you put it into a movie, maybe you can.
Here's the other thing. Before that TV series, I don't know if you might remember this, but they were talking about 5 years. No, it was like 6 years ago now when they were talking about an Immortals movie, and they were supposed to have Vin Diesel was supposed to play Black
I do
Bolt.
remember this. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Immortals has already been fucked. Like they've been screwing up the IP for 6 years now because it was supposed to be movie and then it was supposed to be a TV series and then a movie and then back to TV series and then it was on APZ and it got canceled immediately. You know what I mean? Like I'm a big fan of the Immortals. I like Lockjaw, I like Black Bolt. But I don't think people know enough about them to bring them in. Guardians, it's tough because yeah, they have Adam. They set up that at the end of the second Guardians. So that's kind of what they were doing. But now Thor's running around with them, and you completely reset the Gamora Star-Lord relationship. So same thing.
I think she's dead.
Gamora?
Yeah.
No, she was, and then they brought the one from the other timeline, and she doesn't know anything about.
I swear she got snapped. When Tony Stark did the snap that took out Thanos' army, I think she's gone, dude.
I don't know because Thor was on the Milano with them, and she was there.
She was present?
Yeah, on the Milano at the end, because that was a setup for Guardians 3.
Maybe there was a continuity error. Then I swear I saw her get dusted, and she's the only green person I saw. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
I'm pretty sure she's.
I'm gonna rewatch it.
But I'm saying
I think she gets dusted.
they reset the relationship between Star-Lord and Gamora. It's like, why would I want to see them act the exact same way they did for the first two movies? You know what I mean? So I'm not. There's nothing in the next phase of Marvel MCU that I'm like, oh, that's gonna be good.
I would like
I was
to see,
like 3 years ago.
I would like to see different like companies come out with like maybe Image Comics come out with some of their stuff because I like Image Comics. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I've talked about on the podcast Irredeemable.
You lie.
What?
You said your favorite was Dark Horse.
Oh my God! Shut up. I like Image Comics, and they have Irredeemable, which is like, in my opinion, well, it's my favorite comic book series, and it's very much similar to The Boys, where it's a superhero who then turns into a supervillain. You know, it's kind of like you think Homelander, basically.
Well, less racist.
Right. Yeah. But
A lot less racist.
it's like the world's greatest superhero turns to the world's most evil supervillain, and he does some like crazy fucked up shit in this comic book. I would love to see that turn into like a movie or something real dark, because I feel like a lot of the dark superhero movies that we get are crap. What was that superhero movie that came out on Netflix?
Brightburn?
That movie sucked.
You're talking about the one where it was the kid that was basically Superman?
The movie
that was in theaters.
sucked. I thought it was on Netflix straight. I don't know. Whatever. I watched it. It sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't
Stupid.
Great.
Fucking dumb. It was like, because they tried to make it like a horror movie, and it was horrific. Like, it wasn't even good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was bad.
Jump scares.
Yeah, it was bad.
I forget what it's called.
That sucked. I don't know. I like The Boys a lot. I haven't finished the new season yet. I'm behind a little bit, but like, I feel like because superheroes are starting to break out of the whole like it's for kids thing, you can make some of the gnarlier superheroes into movies. Like, I wish they would do a Ghost Rider movie that was like super gnarly.
That was my biggest problem with the Ghost Rider movies is they made him such a pussy.
Yeah.
I was like, he had none of the penitent stares.
You need to have
He didn't
that.
fucking rip people's souls out. Like, he didn't do... The Venom movie
I don't even think Venom was that gnarly.
I thought it was good. I thought they did the best they could with the PG-13 rating.
That movie needed to be rated R.
It did.
Like,
but
I
I'm
think
saying,
the Carnage movie needs to be rated R.
Oh, yeah.
If you read the Carnage comics, holy shit.
He eats people. Just straight up eats people. and
Cletus
rips them
Cassidy's a
apart.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there needs, because Ghost Rider, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was like, there's not very many superheroes that can actually stop the Ghost Rider, and he's gnarly. The Penistairs.
I think it's only a handful of people that can actually stand up to it.
Yeah. Like the Penistair.
It's his stare that he makes people like realize their sins and
It's
fall to their
self-reflection.
knees.
What it does is you reflect. No. What it is like you reflect on all the wrongdoings that you've ever done, and it like you like feel the pain from
It
that.
hits you all at
Of
once.
like all
Yes.
at one
Yeah.
time.
There's not a whole, but that's the
And
thing.
it kills you.
Nicolas Cage never did that to anyone in the movies.
Yeah. And it's
But
like,
that's like his. That's what I'm saying. Like that.
like but it's
No, he
gnarly
did.
though. Like, cause
Nicolas Cage did the penance.
I don't remember.
I don't.
He only did it once, and it was to that thug that was like gonna purse jack that girl.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
Oh, I think I
That's
remember what
super
you're talking
lame.
And his eyes turned to charcoal, and he just kind of stood there, and then
Yeah.
he fell over.
You
and-
like
That's
burn with
lame.
the pain of like a
Yeah.
1,000 suns for like what you did, and you
It's all
relive
your
of it.
sins.
and
it's
you
all
die,
your sins
And you
thrown
die.
at you at once.
and you die. Now, like, there are some people that can like. Okay, he tried to do it to Deadpool, for example. In the comics, he tried to no, like you can't fucking stop him from doing it. Like Deadpool was like, what the fuck?
No, but the thing is, Deadpool didn't give a shit.
No, he gave a fuck in the comics. Deadpool for a moment was like, oh shit. Like if you read the comics, he legit is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, but the Ghost Rider felt so bad for him that it actually had no effect on Deadpool, and then he reverted. Ghost Rider reverted back to what the fuck is his
Shit,
name?
I can't remember.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I'm a big Ghost Rider fan. I can't remember his fucking name, but anyways, reverted back and he like resisted it pretty much. So there's very few people who have actually resisted the penance stare, but it's like the ultimate trump card. It'll beat anything, and then yeah, he like cleaves people's souls and all that. I would love to see a really gnarly. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The Ghost Rider will fuck you up. Like everyone thinks it's like he's like a really quirky superhero, like
He's
whatever.
not. That's why I
But
didn't
he's
like
a
those movies. They
badass.
made him fucking like Disney before they were even Disney.
Yeah.
And it's like this is not Ghost Rider.
He's in the comics.
Imagine
he
a
is-
Deadpool movie where he didn't murder anyone.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Yeah.
the same thing. It's like how could it be Ghost Rider if he doesn't rip people's souls out? That's
Yeah.
like his job. Like
Yeah.
that's what that he's the and it's so this is like the Marvel and DC parallel. He's the equivalent of Deadman from DC.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is like that's your only job. Like get to work. So
Hang on, you made
anyways,
a deal with
New Mutants.
Mephistopheles, and you just go hunt people down? Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of like Spawn.
Oh my God, Steve died.
Matt, are you a
Ghost
fan?
Rider took his soul.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Then his body would still be here, stupid.
That's why there's blood all over the walls. You don't see it?
You guys are dumb.
Did I
Why
see
would
what?
ghosts need blood?
I don't know, ask them.
You ask them.
Ecto blood?
Ecto blood. Matt, are you a fan of John Cusack?
I liked him in Identity.
Are you a fan of SARS?
The virus?
Yes.
No,
Are you a fan of comics?
I do like comics.
All right, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right.
There's there's a new
That's
show.
Meatloaf, right?
Yeah. There's a new show or series. I hate that we can't say show anymore because it's not actually televised on the television.
Because it's a streaming service?
Yeah, so it's a series.
Technically, it's still on my TV,
I know.
but it's not televised.
Yeah.
But it is on my TV.
Anyways, there's a new series. Well, it's a remake of a British series on Amazon streaming.
Okay.
It's called Utopia.
Okay.
The premise is that there was this comic book, right? It's called Dystopia. And the comic book is about a little girl named Alice Hyde and Jessica Hyde. Thank you. Her name is Jessica Hyde, and she's trying to save her dad, who has been kidnapped by the evil Mr. Rabbit. And he's forcing Jessica's dad
I see where you got the Alice from.
to make. There's a whole bunch of.
And then the Hyde.
There's a
Jekyll
whole
and
bu-
Hyde.
there's a whole
Oh, yeah.
bunch.
A lot of allegories.
Like all throughout the series.
I love it.
So Mr. Rabbit is forcing her dad to make all these horrible creatures and release them into the world as evil.
Misfit
right?
toys, but alive.
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then there's more to the comic. But anyways, so Dystopia. So there's a group of people, mostly paranoid schizophrenics, who have dived into the artwork of the comic and the wording and all the stuff and have found hidden symbols.
And this is all in the series.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just giving you the premise.
No, I'm making sure the comic is part of the series, not
Yes.
like based. The series isn't based on the comic. The comic is part of.
It's a frame.
It's a story within the story.
Yes, it is the Hamlet.
Okay.
So in Dystopia, they've noticed that there are symbols and numbers and hidden messages throughout the comic that would lead you to predict the outbreak of diseases and viruses such as SARS and swine flu and all these other things.
So conspiracy theorists.
But there are actual, but it
they're
predicts,
right.
but it predicts it.
But they're right.
So
That's scary. Okay.
yeah. So the show, and the funny thing is, they were making this show last year, and they released it this year. Before every single episode, they have a long ass disclaimer, like not actually based on anything happening in real life.
Yeah.
But
That's what they would.
because but it is ironic that this show comes out like during the whole COVID thing, which
Right.
is funny. So at the beginning of the series,
That's
a
exactly what
couple
someone who did
is
that would tell you.
clearing out a relative's house, and he was a hoarder,
Mm-hmm.
and they find the sequel to Dystopia, and it's called Utopia.
Oh.
So they put it online, like, "Hey, we're selling Utopia."
And all these
So-
conspiracy theorists are like, I want it.
All the conspiracy theorists come out of the woodwork. They're pointing out, like, "Oh, well, if you look at this picture and
need
these
it."
bats, it's these diseases." So everyone's trying to get their hands on Utopia. Your plucky, conspiracy, paranoid heroes, the evil corporations, and then the mysterious girl who looks familiar.
How familiar? Does
Very.
she look like Jessica Hyde?
So it is a pretty complex. Like it threw me for a couple twists. Joey and I have
Which
our
is
game.
surprising because you predict most things very easily.
No, I was doing it. I was doing the prediction.
Yeah,
Getting it pretty well.
yeah. It did throw a couple loops, I think, and
But I was just throwing out like this or this, and then it happened.
yeah, the John Cusack.
I'm back.
Steve's not dead.
Yeah, I'm not dead.
That's
Sorry.
amazing.
Ghost Rider let me go.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
We're talking about Utopia now.
Oh, I have no idea about that. Tell me more.
I'm not going to repeat. You can go back and listen.
Damn it.
So the whole premise is the group trying to get a hold of Utopia, the
Right.
comic, because
Fucking
there's
lame. I'm just kidding.
Because there's only the one copy,
Right.
and then trying to decipher the code
Because
hidden within.
if dystopia predicts bad things, utopia must predict how to stop them.
That was their guess. So that's the whole series, them on the run. I think this is probably John Cusack's best role
Really?
as far as like
Okay.
acting ability and range.
That's
yeah.
what I get for being a nice
All
guy.
right.
He goes the full Gary Oldman throughout the whole series.
I like Gary Oldman.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
an old man.
Well, I have Amazon, so I'm gonna
It
check
is-
it out.
It is. Oh yeah, someone gets their eye.
Hey, Matt,
grape-
based upon what he
grapefruit
explained to you
spooned
about
out.
Utopia, is it worth checking out?
I'm gonna check it out.
Neat. I will watch it too. Check out Utopia.
We
on
watched-
Amazon Prime. Not a sponsor.
We watched all 8 episodes in a day,
There's only 8 episodes?
but they're all over an
Fucking
hour.
There's only 8 episodes on The Boys. Like that's common now.
Lame.
8 episodes has become somewhat
Yeah, I guess right. I guess if they're
cliche.
half-hour episodes, and they
My wife
These are
just
an
them out
hour.
be 18.
my wife started watching Ghosts. That's
Oh,
only 8
16
episodes.
episodes.
So
Ghost.
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
What is that? Is it about ghosts?
It is. Short version.
I don't know how I thought of that.
It's
Specters.
it's amusing. I haven't watched the entire
Spectres.
thing. I saw a few episodes over her shoulder, well, parts of episodes. But the there's a young couple who comes into an inheritance of like it's a big old huge mansion,
Uh-huh.
well in disrepair, and they think, oh sweet, we're gonna use this to solve our money problems by turning it into just this wonderful Airbnb basically with tons of rooms.
Right.
Unbeknownst to them,
There's ghosts.
the entire house is filled with a lot of people who have lived and died there, including
Spectres.
but not limited to like someone,
Ghosts.
a general from the World War II era, a couple housemaids from the Victorian era. There's even a caveman. He doesn't talk much,
So is it a comedy?
but it's British comedy. That's the land that he was on when he died. I don't. Again, I watched.
That doesn't make any sense. A caveman in England.
I watched parts of
Hadrian's Wall, bitch.
Those are the Celts and the
Oh my
Romans.
God. I'm quoting you, ass fuck.
Yeah, but at
As
least when
fuck.
I said it, it made sense.
Children.
No.
Okay.
I have 2 of them.
Well, now I'm going to check out both of these shows.
Yeah,
Ghost-
Utopia.
Ghost and Utopia.
Utopia is
Ghost,
great.
Ghost is amusing. but I'm not as interested in it as I was in his description of
I
Utopia.
like it just because there's all the whole point of it is trying to decipher hidden messages, but then they've also hidden messages within the show itself.
Oh, so it's like a game.
We pointed out like maybe a couple dozen like different Alice in Wonderland or White Rabbit references. It did. We thought that the last episode would end with Jefferson, the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
And it did not.
Oh.
And we were very disappointed about that. Yeah. It did not.
It did not.
So that was the one bad thing about it is that they didn't play Jefferson.
But everything up to that point,
everything else
do the
was
thing
great.
I wanted it to do, but everything else was
it's like in Person of Interest where they had that season finale and they were playing like Pink Floyd
didn't
Welcome
do
to the
what it
Machine.
wanted
Yeah.
to.
That was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Machine. You're talking about a machine that talks. Ah! It was great. I loved it. Perfect.
Talking about a machine that talks.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the Nolan brothers.
Yeah.
They're really good about that.
You know, it was a pretty good show back in the day.
Rocket Power.
Breakout Kings.
Rocket Power.
You didn't like Rocket Power?
Oh, I did. I
Yeah.
just don't.
Rocket Power was
I
good
pulled
too.
that
but
out.
that's,
Literally,
that's not.
dude,
Breakout.
I reached into a
Breakout-
cloud and pulled out whatever came out, and it was Rocket
Breakout
Power.
Kings is the one with Jimmy Simpson, right?
They had the 3 cons that were working with the cops
Sorry.
to solve crimes.
With Jimmy Simpson.
Yes.
right? Okay.
I'm on one
Yeah.
today.
I really
Rocket
enjoyed
Power was
that
a
one.
good show.
Speaking of rockets,
Oh, okay. Matt,
you're welcome.
let us thanks. Let's talk
That was
about.
his thing. He's the one who said rocket power.
I set it up
You
because
did.
neither of you fucking saw
And
it.
I knocked it
That's
out
true.
of the park.
That's 100%
Yeah, because it flew over my head like a rocket.
Rocket Man.
Burn like. Anyways, you and I last podcast talked about Rocket League.
Yes.
Everything we fucking talked about is exactly what happened.
Except for one thing. We didn't lose our levels.
No, we thought we did.
We thought we did.
Thought we did.
And that's just a play by Epic Games. I'm a little bit annoyed by them. I'm happy I didn't lose my level. But okay, so for your reference, when you play Rocket League, under your little profile pic, it has a number. It's your level. When we got the new update and Rocket League went free to play and basically Epic took over, it
was
showed 1. And I was very upset.
I was
And then
very
it dawned on
upset.
me, that's not your actual level. That's not your player level. That's your Rocket Pass level. So every season, there's the premium, basically. And even without premium, the more you play, you get some stuff. Obviously, when you pay, you get more stuff. So it's just
It's
their
a
way of
progression
trying
for
to
that.
focus you on that number and not your level because they want you to pay.
Because I'm level like almost 400.
Yeah, and I'm like
And
380.
it took me 5 years to get there. And then getting on and seeing that I'm level 1 again, I'm like,
was
I
very
literally felt
disheartening.
like I wasted 5 years
Very disheartening.
playing this game. And then the only reason why I thought that way is because they can tell like when your first match was that you ever played Rocket League. And so I thought that they got rid of the levels and then the way that they were going to give back to you to show like some stature in the game, they gave you a title
Established whatever
year you started playing the game. I was 2015 is when the game started.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's actually when the game started.
Mhm.
So that was their way of being like, this guy's an OG player. He has established 2015 title. So I was really upset, but then actually we learned that we actually do still have our levels, and I don't feel like I wasted so much. However, I will say because the game has gone free to play, the quality of players has significantly downgraded. Like, significantly. They're not very good. Question mark? Like, I don't know how to say it as nice as I possibly
I never
can.
thought I was very good, but
You're fine.
there's definitely a gap now where there's times where I'm like, wow, like I kind of feel good against these guys.
There's been times we played and I've absolutely been like, wow, those guys are new for sure. Like, we just destroyed them. But then again, I think I'm like, wow, we're playing at like Platinum Diamond. So these guys are in the same rank as us, but they're horrifically bad. So the quality of like opponents that you get now are just pretty lame. And the servers have been semi-stable, I guess. Besides the normal like latency variance that you get in packet loss, hasn't been horrible.
I've noticed a drop in quality, but it's not unplayable.
Oh, you'll appreciate this. The incentive to switch completely take Rocket League completely and switch over to the Epic Games launcher and play it over there is that when you go to Epic Games and you don't even have to download Rocket League, you just have to put it in your library, like get it. Free $10 to spend in the Epic Store. That's their incentive to get people to move to Epic Games. If you move over here and play Rocket League, we'll give you $10 to spend in
But
our
how would
store.
I tell my friends about it?
What do you mean?
Because
There's no friends list.
Oh, yeah.
How you gonna tell your friends?
You're right. You're right.
How would I tell my friends that I'm on it?
Right. So
How do you
that
add friends? So you just don't have friends?
well, you would
Like
add
real
them.
life?
You would add them in the game that you're playing, I guess, because Rocket League has Rocket ID.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
So,
But there is an Epic friends list, but it's in the game. So like if
stupid
you
thing.
launch through Epic, like Steam has a friends list that shows you
Yeah.
who's playing what.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't exist. But while you're playing Rocket League, anyone who has an Epic account and has been added as your Epic friend shows in your friends list as like, this is a Steam player, this is an Epic friend, this is just a dude I met and I'm partied with, kind of. They have little categories for him.
Oh, that's epically lame.
It is pretty bad.
but you can get $10 Epic to spend in the Epic Store.
On one game though, because if you try to buy two, you'll get flagged for fraud and get your account stopped.
I remember when I was a child.
I remember that.
And do you remember when they had Disney dollars?
I do.
Yeah. Did you ever get them?
Yeah.
They're fucking bullshit.
They were like bullshit.
They're
Yeah.
bullshit. Do they really
still have Disney
them?
dollars?
Why?
Something else now, but it's like the
Disney dollars? Really?
Oh my
They
God.
still have like
So for people that didn't live in Southern California, Disney dollars was a huge scam that Disneyland would pull on people that didn't know. So you'd go and you'd buy your tickets at the booth, and they'd say, "Oh, do you want to purchase any Disney dollars?" And you'd say, "What is that?" Say, "Oh, well, if you use the Disney dollars, you can use it at any store in the park, and it's like fun little like Monopoly looking money, and it's got like Mickey and Pluto and bullshit on it, right?" So you
Yeah.
think like, "Oh, well, I can just exchange $5 for $5, and then I can just use it in the park, and if I don't spend it, then I got like a cool souvenir, right?" Except nowhere in the fucking park did they accept Disney dollars.
Oh, they didn't accept Disney dollars
They didn't accept Disney
anywhere.
dollars anywhere.
They're like, no, cash is king.
You couldn't even fucking do you couldn't even do the fucking shooting gallery
Yeah.
with Disney dollars.
Yep.
Like that's how much of a fucking scam they were. And yet people kept buying them. I hate Disney dollars.
Disney dollars, theme park and water parks. Where can I use Disney dollars at Walt Disney Resort?
They still have them?
Disney dollars are accepted at the following Walt Disney Resort locations: ticketing locations, food and beverage, merchandise, recreation areas, your Disney Resort Hotel front
Sure.
desk, Disney Resort Hotel concierge, guest relations at Disney theme
So
parks.
wait, the
and water
concierge, can I
parks.
tip them with their fucking Monopoly money? Like here's $10, go spend it here.
No way. Disney dollars are no longer available for purchase. Guests may
do you get
continue to
them?
use previously purchased Disney dollars at Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort at select Disney Store locations.
Oh,
in the
you know
US.
why they have to do that? Because of the fucking gift card law in California.
Oh yeah.
That's why they have to honor that.
Could you
Oh, that's
imagine showing her
hilarious.
from like a Disney dollar from
fucking
1987?
70s? Yeah, from the fucking 70s.
and giving.
Because they stopped selling
Can
them.
you
like in the
imagine someone
90s.
being like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. They have to honor it now.
No, they have
Because
to
of
honor
it-
it.
because
it
of
says
that-
that you can use it.
No,
to buy
it says
something ridiculous.
I
at
guess-
select. It says at select stores.
It does say. It says.
Yeah.
It says. Disney dollars are no longer available for purchase. Guests may continue to use previously purchased Disney dollars at Walt Disney World Resort, the Disneyland Resort, and select Disney Store locations. Oh, so no, it's you can use it at Disneyland
Yeah.
and the Disney Store, like in the mall.
Select Disney
Select
stores.
ones. But if you take them to Disneyland, you can totally use them.
Supposedly.
All right, people, here's what you do. You go on eBay. You go on eBay and find a mass amount of those.
Dude,
they're
who bought a
cheap.
mass amount of them, though?
No, you know
Like,
the people
there's-
that probably have them are like, "This is gonna be worth something someday,"
Oh my God.
and they have like $100 of these things that they're on eBay for like $12.99 or something.
Yeah.
Buy those and just go fucking have a great time at Disneyland.
Anyways, we got way off. We were talking about Rocket League.
You brought up Disney bucks,
Dude, buy one of those.
No, because I was just pointing out.
Buy
like,
one of
there-
those
it's
$300 lightsabers with Monopoly money.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, I stand
Fucking-
corrected. Holy shit! Don't go on eBay and look for Disney dollars.
They're worth way more, huh?
The rare Millennium High Grade $2,001 Disney dollar, $10,000.
Jesus Christ.
No, for $1.
$1 is $10,000.
This is the Millennium Edition $1. It's $10,000. So
It
my
should be
idea
2,000, you
can
asshole.
go.
You know what this tells me?
It's called the Millennium Doll.
You know what this tells me?
What?
This tells me that the inflation rate on eBay is about the same as the exchange rate for Disney dollars to real money when you bought it.
That's fucking crazy.
How much is this? Now I'm like really curious about this. $2,000, $1 Disney dollar Epcot. 12.
How are you going to spend it though?
$15.99.
Like, where are you going to spend it?
I don't know.
$1? What are you gonna get at the park for $1?
There's nothing.
You're not even going to get to the
Even
park.
the
They're
shooting-
closing.
Even the shooting gallery is like $1.50 now,
They're
Yeah.
dropping people left and right. It's not going to be around.
Oh, that's right. They just fucking fired a bunch of people.
They
right?
laid off. No, I think it was like 38,000.
Can we get a Google verification on this? Let's find out.
Jamie?
Yeah,
Jamie, Google that.
huh? Can you look that up for me, young Jamie?
Let's see here. Disney.
Yeah, I'm going off a second hand. I don't know the full details. Both my
Don't your parents have a Disney stock?
yeah, I think they do. They
That's-
have like
And they actually have the.
they have one.
Yeah, but still.
They have one actual physical share because my mom likes
Bob
Disney, so
Iger
he
quits
got it.
California Economic Task Force as Disney lays off 28,000 workers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird that happened so close to each other. I'm sure it's not relevant.
Hey, can we talk about politics for a quick second?
No.
Okay.
I appreciate
Was that a real question?
Yeah.
Or? Oh,
Oh no.
Jesus, I guess.
Oh no.
Is it that
Do you
bad?
believe that fucking
Here we go.
Newsom signed a fucking bill that said that we can't have electric vehicles past 2030 or whatever,
Oh, I
5
did
or whatever
see, I
the
did
fuck
see
it
that.
is?
Yeah.
It's okay.
How
So,
stupid are you? Can
No.
only have electric vehicles.
no. Newsom is putting a bill into place. He signed an executive order that says by 2035, no sale of new non-electric vehicles. So when 2035 hits, basically GM cannot sell you a new gas-powered vehicle.
Yeah.
California
Just go to fucking
government-
And you
Arizona.
can
Gavin
still buy
Newsom-
used, but new vehicles cannot be sold in California.
So then someone will be no, because here's what every car dealership will do. Hey, you know this 2035 Chevy Tahoe? Guess what, Bill? You own it. Hey, sell it to me for $1. Okay, well now it's certified pre-owned.
Yes.
That's it. That's the easiest fucking loophole around that law.
Is there another
He's
loophole,
such a
though?
fucking moron.
Is there another
it's
loophole
so
with that though?
stupid.
Is that he doesn't state that the vehicles can't be hybrid, so you can still get a gas-powered vehicle that also is electric. So you get the electric car, but you just put gas in it.
No, he's. a
But then
fucking
again, if
moron.
you bought an electric car, what are you putting gas in it for? But anyways,
I don't know. It's like it's like that-
California problems, man.
the new Virginia tax that they just passed. So
Mhm.
if you go to register your vehicle from now on, but if it's like, say you're going to register your vehicle and it's Tesla,
Yeah.
so an electric vehicle, they add an additional tax on it. And so what the tax
Because
is,
it's a Tesla?
because it's an electric, it's called the highway usage fee.
Oh,
So
I've
what
heard about
So what it
this.
is they're taxing they're taxing you the amount that you would have spent on gas taxes for a year. They're saying the average person in
All right,
Virginia
let's get down to gas
spends
tax
this
here.
much on gas tax, right?
Gas tax.
Well, I'm saying the tax.
I
that they
know,
have
I know,
on
I know,
gasoline
I know.
You're
I'm fucking with you.
penalizing
for driving
vehicles
cleanly. Yeah,
who are electric
For driving.
because you want money.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
So,
reasons, Matt.
You'd have so there's actually no incentive to drive,
None whatsoever.
especially if you drive less than the average person in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you have a Tesla, probably.
Because you probably
wait.
live in
Yeah,
an urban
like,
center.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so probably.
Mm.
That's.
What a
Anyways,
dumb law.
let's stop being political.
California problems.
Yeah, in
That was Virginia, but whatever.
No, I was saying in California is where we have our problems.
That's true. We have a lot of problems.
Yeah, a lot of problems.
Matt,
Yes, sir.
if you were part of an international hacking community, what would your name-
International.
What?
So if you were part of an international hacking community, what would the name be?
I mean, the prominent one is anonymous.
Hacksaws.
Do I have to come up with a new name?
Yes.
Because I can't take anonymous.
Yes,
Oh shit.
because I had never heard of this group before today.
How about like I don't know, something like Shadow Organization or something like that. Something with Shadow.
The Foot.
Oh my god.
That's actually kind of cool.
Something with shadow.
You know what mine would be?
Just call it Dark Reunion, you fucking nerd.
Oh my god.
That's what you're going for, is it not?
No.
You chuny fucking bitch. Dark Reunion. Your choice is Dark Reunion.
Okay.
You know
That's
what mine
better
would
than
be?
Shadow something. I like Dark Reunion.
Hanka provision. What is it? Hanka from Ghost in the Shell. Who is it? Is it Hanka or is it Hanka?
Hanka.
Hanka. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What is it whole thing though? It's like Precision Industries or something like that. Hanka and Precision.
Hanka Precision Industries
Yeah.
something. I feel like there was another one,
It would
like
be-
conglomerate or some
Yeah,
shit.
mine would be Hanka. Trust Hanka and die.
Those are both better names than Team Executor.
Oh, I probably would have named it Venusaur.
Chorizo.
Lizardon.
Lizard God.
We're gonna pull this article from GameSpot.
YouTube.com/abandonwares if you want to find out what the hell me and Matt are talking about.
Members of prominent video game piracy group arrested, and it's article by Kevin. Nope, not even gonna try.
Prominent? I had
Kevin,
never
no.
heard of this name before you mentioned it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, carry on.
Prominent strong.
Okay.
Several members of Team Executor were charged with multiple felony counts and have been taken into custody. Members of the multinational video game piracy group Team Executor are facing multiple felony charges.
Such a
U.S. Attorney's
stupid name.
Office, the Western District of Washington, announced today. Max Loren, Yuaning Chen, and Gary Bowser were all charged with 11 felony counts, including wire fraud, trafficking and circumvention devices, conspiracy to commit money laundering. Here's my thing. These guys are accused of hacking a bunch of different systems, a lot of them being Nintendo. I feel
Bowser hacked Nintendo.
I feel like if the guy who hacks Nintendo is named Bowser, you should probably get a freebie.
I think so.
I think you should probably let that guy go.
Or hire him.
Does anyone else feel
Hire
like
him.
that? Yeah, like that guy should.
Yeah.
Hire him.
You get one, Bowser. Get out of here. Go on.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah,
Up on the board that our viewers can't see. That's actually how they're.
that's actually how it's spelled.
That's how it's spelled.
it's
Okay.
spelled. Team Executor.
Is it-
Executer.
Is it executor or is it supposed to be some lame pronunciation of
executable?
executor?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's stupid either way.
Because like execute, like you're performing the you are the hammer.
Yeah, I get it.
Solar beam. Yeah.
Execute, you solar beam. Oh no, it's charging. I'm gonna get hit first.
Oh my god. These defendants
Quick,
were
X defense.
allegedly leaders of a notorious international criminal group that reaped illegal profits for years by pirating video game technology of U.S. companies.
Notorious.
These arrests show that the department will hold accountable hackers who seek to commandeer and exploit the intellectual property of American companies for financial gain, no matter where they may be located. They're known for releasing homebrew software for various video game systems, including the Switch, 3DS. It's comprised of more than a dozen members around the world. The indictment alleges the group at times cloaked its illegal activity with a purported desire to support gaming enthusiasts who wanted to design their own video games for non-commercial use. However, the overwhelming demand and use for the enterprise's devices was to play pirated video games.
All right. So all those illegal Animal Crossing mods, is that these guys?
Probably, yeah.
These guys did
Probably.
the Animal Crossing?
I'm going to say yes on that.
Probably.
So they're notorious for illegal Animal Crossing mods.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's
defend-
sure.
These defendants line their pockets by stealing and selling the intellectual property of other video game developers, even going so far as to make customers pay a licensing fee to play stolen games.
Okay, that's
That one.
yeah. There's your
one-
problem.
that
That's a
one
bad.
was a
That's
little-
There's where you're in trouble.
This conduct doesn't just harm.
Words are
This
hard.
conduct doesn't just harm billion-dollar companies. It hijacks the hard work of individuals working to advance in the video game industry.
For those billion-dollar companies.
Yeah. The U.S. Attorney's Office notes that these charges are still allegations at this point. The defendants have not been convicted. The case is being investigated jointly by the FBI and Homeland Security Investigations.
Homeland Security.
Well, yeah.
Because it's IP.
It's IP.
It's tech.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Uh,
what? They're
Lauren-
not terrorists.
Lauren and Bowser were both arrested abroad last month. The U.S. is currently seeking Lauren's extradition to stand trial, while Bowser appeared in federal court in New Jersey today. So, what do you guys think?
I mean,
Well, I think that like
if you fuck up, then you got to deal with the consequences.
I was talking about the name still.
Oh, I'm 100%
No,
on board with that being hilarious. Like, I think that guy needs to show up to court
I think
wearing that little like Princess Peach hat, just to like fuck with people.
He's like, his defense is like, I'm innocent. It's just Nintendo hating people named Bowser.
I think that if you're gonna create a group of people who are gonna hack games or whatever, do you remember Lizard Squad used to do DDoS attacks on streamers?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
so they did PlayStation.
Their DDoS attacks were fucking using low orbit ion
Yeah.
cannons. Like, cool, you downloaded a program.
Yeah, but either way, you still did it.
You
Whether
cock.
whatever you're gonna do, no matter how stupid it is, honestly, man, just don't. Because realistically, if you think about like I'm gonna do this great thing, I don't know what your end goal is for doing something great like that. You're not gonna end up like Anonymous.
I mean,
And
taking
do you want to?
taking an IP and hacking it and making it your own for your own like personal, I want to change this so I can do this, and you literally jailbreak your game so that you can make it what you want. Okay, fine. It's yours. You bought it. You do what you want with it. But like when you take what you made and sell it back and you're now trying to make a profit on it, I mean, that's where you broke the law. So
Yeah, I think
sorry.
I'm
No, not sorry.
I think I've pirated too many things, and I plan to pirate even more to ever say that pirating is bad or that it hurts the industry, because in reality it doesn't. In the same way that pirating never hurt the music industry or the movie industry or any other fucking industry, it doesn't hurt the video game industry.
When I was
It
younger,
really
man, I
doesn't.
used
It's fucking-
LimeWire a lot. And
it's-
the music industry is fucking fine.
And your
Yeah, but
computer
that's-
felt
and that's-
it.
and that's
Oh
my
man, did it feel it?
Point is, it's fucking
Oh, yeah.
it's drops in an ocean.
Yeah.
Like the now, if you are going to pirate games and then sell them to other people, then yeah, fuck you.
That's different.
Yeah.
Go to
Especially
jail.
if they're physical.
Go to jail
copies.
with your dumb, stupid
Yeah.
fucking team name.
You made a mistake. You deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we talk about fucking pirating shit too much to like come down on people like, oh, they pirated.
I don't think that there's anything was wrong with pirating as long as you support the original release. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I get you.
if you pirate, let's say you pirate a new game that came out. Let's say you pirate Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the new one that just came out. Because you want to try it.
You've
before
heard
you
so
buy
many
it.
good things.
Now let's say you torrent it, pirate it, whatever the hell you want to call it. You play it and it sucks. You're gonna delete that shit off your computer. Oh, don't want it. But let's say
It cost you
like
20
it.
minutes of your life.
Well, let's say you like it, and you're like, well, I kind of want like future patches and updates and all this other shit and DLC and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this. I tried it. I like it. I'll buy it. Cool. I think that's supporting the original release by then turning around and buying the actual product.
You're not the first person I've heard say that where they use pirating as a rental.
As a demo, yeah.
Yeah.
As like a rental.
Yeah.
Because there's no more Blockbuster, there's no more Hollywood Video. I can't go and like try out like a new video game to see if I like
The
it.
closest you've got
Like,
is a
there's
Redbox or a
Gamefly.
GameFly, and even then it's
But honestly, GameFly is like
Go ahead,
GameFly is great unless you want a brand new game. Then you'll never get it.
Yeah. The other problem with like that
So.
kind of a service is that, well, not even just GameFly, with getting games as like a PC gamer, you can't really refund a game that you buy. You can on Steam, but even then, there's kind of like a screening process.
yeah, it's a little
and
sketchy.
You could spend $60 on a game that you hate, and it's not like when you would have it on the PlayStation or whatever, have a physical copy, and be like, dude, I returned it. Like, it was bad. No, you're stuck with it forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why, and that's one reason why I like console
Mm-hmm.
more is because I had the ability to do GameFly and be like, well, it sucked, and send it back and not waste
Yeah.
money on it.
So,
Put an X on the list for that one and
Yeah.
never get it again.
So I'm not afraid to admit it, I have definitely pirated games that I wanted to try, and I liked them, and I ended up buying them. If I don't like a game, I'm not going to buy it, of course. And I'm not going to torrent it or whatever and leave it on my computer if I don't like it. If I like it, cool. I'm going to go buy it. If not, fuck it. So I think that there's like proper ways to go about like pirating. If it's for like the right reason, I think it's okay, honestly.
There's also,
But then again, who the fuck pirates music these days, though?
people who are behind a firewall.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what that was my next
I have
point,
Spotify, so.
is well, but so if you were in Australia, you'd be having a very different
Yeah.
Spotify.
Uh-huh.
And that's where people use VPNs and they pirate, was because, you know, they don't have things available. So
Yeah.
if you're in a country like Australia or Belgium or China, you know, Russia locks down a lot of things, like
Yeah.
that is one way to access content, is through piracy.
True. All right, you're right.
So
You're right.
Team executor. Come up
yeah.
with a better name in jail, douchebags.
Unless you're executor, in which case just spell it right.
Yeah. Like
Or G-Cute. Or
or just use the
'Cause
Pokemon
it's-
name Executor and use Solar Beam.
I mean, if okay, you know what? Like
Dragon Rush.
Like if you're
Dragon
going for the execution name, maybe like Gallows, Hangman. Hangman would be good.
Laughing Coffin.
Ooh, Laughing Coffin.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Laughing Coffin.
It was such a stupid symbol.
It really was.
It wasn't menacing at all. It looked ridiculous.
It really did.
Why did it have that arm coming out of it?
I'm saying it was a dumb symbol.
Like the evil eyes with the smile. Okay, sure, I get it.
It reminded me of something from
why the arm.
It reminded me of something from like Full Metal Alchemist. A little bit.
Oh, like something from Beyond the Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
A little bit.
Lame.
Fair.
Kind of like their name.
Kind of like that game.
Nah.
Speaking of games,
Genshin Impact is awesome. If you haven't heard of it, you need to go look at this fucking game called Genshin Impact. It's amazing. It's free on the PlayStation.
It's super
on the
easy to do. You just
PC.
Google it because they have their own website.
It's on mobile. It's coming to the Switch.
what is it?
Okay. I don't know how to classify this because it is an MMO.
Boom. There it is.
All right.
Done.
However,
Classified.
it feels more like a single player experience MMO, which I don't know how to explain. that.
Destiny.
No, because even Destiny, there's other players. Like, I haven't come across anybody else in the game playing the game. You know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to classify it. It is an
can
MMO.
you, though?
Huh?
Can
Yeah, you
you?
can party up and stuff too, and you
And
can
you
do
just
stuff.
haven't seen anyone?
But I went to like
is it because of U.S. server, or because it's a
No,
Chinese game?
there is a gang of people playing this game. There's a lot of
yeah,
people.
it's Chinese.
And you
game.
haven't
Well, no.
seen any of them?
Like, I go to Twitch and like almost all of them are American streamers. Like, and I haven't seen anybody in the game.
That
like,
makes me
running
think it's
around.
not actually an MMO then.
You can log into the game. You have to be online to play it, and you have to be on that server to play it.
Okay.
But like, I go to the main city
And you don't see other people.
and I don't see a single person.
That doesn't seem like MMO to me.
However, I can party up with somebody and do multiplayer or whatever the hell on it, and I can see them in my game.
So is it MMO like WoW, where you're just gonna like click, got my
No,
macros, click,
no,
click,
that's
click?
the
'Cause
thing,
that
too.
sounds
It's
like every other MMO, and I'm not interested.
That's the thing. There is no action bar.
No.
There's no crazy like, like slotting your abilities and all that stuff like that, and chaining and everything, and learning your rotation and all that stuff. It's really like the left mouse button is attack, and then the right mouse button is defend, and then you have 3 abilities to use per your type of character. Now, you have your character. This is why I really like about the game the most. You have your character, which you start out. You can be a guy or a girl, depending on whatever. You're a swordsman. You have awesome.
Are you
like,
a boy or a girl?
Yeah. You
Thanks,
can-
Professor Oak.
I have like an awesome like wind ability that I can use. As I progressed to the beginning of the story, I came across this other character, and she brings me into the main city and all this stuff, and suddenly I'm playing as her. So it's think of Final Fantasy where you have a party, right? but you can actively switch in between party members who then bring a different
So
combat like
So they're
abilities.
NPCs.
kind of.
No, the controllable
My-
characters.
Okay, so here's my
Well,
takeaway from this.
Go
When I looked that up on the website, because I haven't played the game, but the way they were describing it, they described the combat as hack and slash, but not your usual hack and slash. And you
That's,
could
That's literally what every hack and slash game has said for the past 10 years.
okay, that's great. So they described their combat as hack and slash, but not the usual hack and slash. There's a reason it was in air quotes. But the way they described being able to like swap between your characters and each of them would have different abilities based on who you had in your party, it made me feel like it was it seemed like one of those Tales of games where you had like 4 people and they all had different types of attacks and elements and so on, and they were all doing things like Final Fantasy 15, but you could suddenly like, I don't want to be Noctis right now, I want Prompto.
So do
Boom,
we
boom,
all
boom,
get
boom.
the same NPCs, or is it random? Like you got this
Okay.
girl, but if I play, is it going to be someone else?
According to what I haven't gotten that far into the game. I've gotten a decent amount. I've been seeing that you can like you know how mobile games that you play, like kind of crappy mobile games, it's like you play that Marvel
Draw
game,
champions,
you draw
right?
a champion,
Yeah,
and
so
it like
it's-
goes through a
it's
roulette
kinda
system
random?
and you can get one.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of a system basically. You can
Gotcha.
add that person to your party. So you can adjust your party, and literally it's at one button you switch, you're in the next character. Like
So all
mid battle you can do boom, you're the next person.
All the same
I
characters
guess
are
I'm asking, like-
available. It's just that different people might end up with different ones depending on what they draw.
So how do we play together then?
Like if I want to play with you,
Yeah.
then I would just add you and we would jump into a game.
So
together.
then could I'm saying like, would I be able to switch to your character and control
no, it would be
them?
your party, your characters.
So
from-
it'd be 2 parties teaming up.
correct.
Oh.
So, but like the thing, it's not like there's like 9 people running about. It's one person. So you're you.
Oh, so
then you
they're
fight,
not,
and then you
they're
switch,
not
and
also
you-
there? My other party members aren't doing shit too?
No,
They're like on
in
the
a
bench, it
list,
sounds
and then
like.
you could just like switch, and then you
and
play
they-
that person.
They're fucking Pokemon.
Sure.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
swap them
I'm
out.
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
they're not all fighting at the same time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not.
So you
It's
control-
not like Final Fantasy. It's more like Pokemon.
Correct. So
Yeah,
you have a
okay.
party that you could switch in
And
between
they each
characters.
have their own specific abilities. It sounds.
It's rad.
I'm saying no. I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm
No, I don't
saying
think you are.
It makes more sense to compare it to Pokemon than
Yeah.
an MMO.
Yeah.
Okay. Or
It's
like
rad.
Final Fantasy.
But
'Cause I
it's,
was thinking like it was like how 15 was, where you're all fighting
Oh,
at the
no,
same
no,
time,
no.
and you're literally switching in real time between like Noctis and.
Right. Yeah. No. It's just
Prompto.
you, and then when you switch your
Okay.
character, you become that.
You just
person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's Pokemon. I choose you.
Yeah.
Like come back.
And it's immediate and it's great, and the combat feels very reminiscent of the combat that's in Breath of the Wild to a T.
So is it closer to Breath of the Wild or Monster Hunter? Because I've also
It
seen
is
that
way
comparison.
closer to Breath of the Wild.
The
than it is
artwork
Monster
is
Hunter.
incredibly
First off,
reminiscent.
the artwork is like 1-to-1 Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, man, it
is
looks-
a 1-to-1. It is a beautiful game. Like Genshin Impact looks gorgeous. It runs smoothly. I haven't had any issues playing the game whatsoever, and the combat is very reminiscent of Breath of the Wild. However, you don't break your weapons like you do in Breath of the Wild. But man, when I started that game, it was like they wanted me to go here, but I was like, I want to go over there, and the game was like, all right. And I just went over there and started exploring and finding all this badass stuff and like figuring it out. And I was like,
You got murked by something that was level 40 and went, I'm going to go this way
no,
now.
it lets you know that like you're in a high threat area, and you, okay, good luck. Like it'll just let you go.
Hey, you sure you want to do this? Yeah,
That's
I want
the
to.
other thing that I like about it
Alright.
so far is that the game is very much like go wherever you want. It's up to you. It's at your own risk. It's, dude, it's fucking rad. I'm insanely addicted to it. I'm having a lot of fun. There's actual like voice dubbed in it, so it's not all wall of text. There's actual like dubbed in it. Like most
cool.
of it's dubbed. It actually has voiceovers. The abilities are rad. The enemies are super cool. The combat feels really, really tight. The controls are easy to understand. You guys, and it's free.
Okay, I have a question.
I have an answer, I hope.
Does it have controller support for?
Yes.
So if I can play on my Xbox controller.
Yes, you can.
I'm sold.
Because it's on the PS4. You can download it for free on the PS4. Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight,
oh,
baby.
Oh, you're going to want to play tonight?
I'm going to download it tonight.
Hell yeah.
I probably won't play tonight. I'm going to go to bed.
It is. It's awesome.
Okay.
highly worth downloading just specifically for the fact that it's free.
I mean, worst case scenario, you don't like it, delete it, free up your space, and
Yep.
play something else.
All right.
Highly recommended. And I heard about it a while ago, but when I saw the artwork for it and everything, and I was like, okay, it's not gonna look like that when it comes out, for sure. It's not gonna look this like extravagant with the art.
Yeah, this is cover art.
This is cover art. You know, the combat system isn't gonna be like that. They're gonna change it. Blah blah blah. No, it was like it wildly exceeded my expectations, and it kind of came out of the blue, and suddenly it was like Genshin Impact, and I had heard about it and did beta for it and everything, but And now
It makes sense.
like,
It's a free game. They don't tend to hype free games.
dude, it is. It should be hyped. This game has the potential to really change the mold with.
There's
how
microtransactions,
MMOs can be
right?
done. There, of course, there is.
Yeah, okay. I would say it's a free game. There has to be.
Yeah. I feel like this game really has a chance to change, like, the formula for MMOs completely. Because MMOs, when they come out, you have the action bar. They're all the fucking same. You know, you run around with WASD.
These guys sounded like 5 years ago, Stuart, right now. Talking
What?
shit on MMOs.
Yeah, I love MMOs, but they are all pretty much the fucking
Hey,
same.
you ever
when
play WoW?
'em. Yeah.
Did you ever play Guild Wars?
Yeah.
They're the
Atlantica,
same
they're
game,
the
aren't they? Just with a
same-
different skin.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Same thing with Atlantica. Same thing with Ion Online.
Okay, I will give Atlantica a little bit of difference. At least
Atlantica was dope.
everything else about it, yeah, it's the same as a regular MMO. But the combat was unique.
The combat was dope.
The combat was unique.
It
But
was
the rest
good.
of it, it's
Bitches Enter the Matrix
Yeah.
was the most unique
It
MMO.
was.
And it
Fair.
died for it.
Star Wars: The Old Republic. is
I
the
love
same
City
thing.
Heroes. Spam your rotation. You have a bar.
There's
Move
a
out
bar
of this.
and a
Heal.
rotation.
Yep.
And that's just like the standard for MMOs. This really breaks that mold.
Although-
and it's super tight.
Although I will
It's a
give
really, really
I
good
will
game.
give City of Heroes and Villains some credit. They were probably one of the first MMOs to do it. They added the Z axis
Yeah.
because when you got up to like level 40, you were flying. Because
Yeah.
I mean superheroes.
Yeah.
But now you had to avoid things in the air as well. So you had a third dimension that you had to avoid things on.
Yeah.
But ultimately it was still don't stand in the red circle, heal your tanks, blow up the thing. Yeah. It was cookie cutter.
Yeah. So, Genshin Impact, highly recommended. It's free. You can get it on console. You can get it on PC. You can get it on mobile. Highly recommended.
Worth checking out.
Worth checking out. Like, it is at the top of my recommended list.
Okay.
Especially since it's free because you don't lose anything other than time for checking it out.
Yeah. And speaking of MMOs, Dreamhaven. You know what that is?
I do.
What is it, Matt?
So, actually throwing it back to WoW, actually.
Yeah.
Mike Morhaime, co-founder of Blizzard, just left a couple years ago, getting back into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Did he leave or was he pushed out by Activision?
I believe that
He left.
I believe that he left.
I don't know if it was he left of his own accord because he didn't like where they were going, or he left because resigning sounds better than being fired. I don't know which one that was, but he did leave of his own accord. But tell you what, I'm just gonna read some snippets off this article here off of PC Gamer. Former Blizzard president unveils new company Dreamhaven. This was just over a week ago now. Co-founder and former president of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime, has revealed his next project. Earlier today, Morhaime unveiled Dreamhaven, a new game company from a collection of Blizzard veterans, as well as two development studios, Moonshot Games and Secret Door. They borrow a significant amount of talent from Blizzard. For example, let's see, for Moonshot Games, former Hearthstone lead Jason Chase, creative director Ben Thompson, and former StarCraft 2 and Heroes of the Storm director Dustin Browder. And then Secret Door, their studio head Chris Sagati, I don't know. He worked as the executive producer on Hearthstone and StarCraft 2 and Heroes. And his colleagues Alan Dabiri and Eric Dodds both have experience across multitude of Blizzard titles. The vast majority of the rest of the studio's opening cohort of staff are also Blizzard veterans. Dreamhaven says it's aiming to, quote, reimagine the studio model, end quote, by taking the chances that most big publishers won't.
It means they're not. It means they're actually going to make a unique game experience and not just a
And
fucking
not do a
cookie cutter Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty,
Yeah.
fucking
It's
same shit every year.
might explain the bold gambit of opening with two distinct development teams,
Yeah.
they say. They have nothing concrete. There's no for sure like this development team is working on this game. No details. But from what this article says, Secret Door is focusing on a multiplayer experience, it looks like, because it's highlighting the importance of social experiences within games and hiring for a server engineer. And then it gives a whole bunch of information on Morhaime and a few of the things that he said about it. But reports suggested that their new partner Activision was pushing for more games at lower cost, resulting in a large number of redundancies. While Dreamhaven doesn't mention anyone's specific reasons for moving on, industry insider and Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier said on Twitter that, quote, many had left because of Activision's growing influence on Blizzard's culture and process, end quote.
Yeah, we've been hearing about that for years, is that Blizzard employees were unhappy with the corporate mindset that Activision had pushed onto the rest of the company.
Right.
Instead of allowing people to make unique and creative gaming experiences.
It's not
just wanted
expressly
what they
stated
already
in this article here, but I did read in a different article that Mike Morhaime and his wife are funding this themselves to maintain creative control.
Did you mention Moonshot in there?
Yes,
You did.
Moonshot and Secret Door.
Yeah.
Moonshot had
Jason Che.
yeah.
Who's the guy that was the lead on Hearthstone?
There was also
Yeah.
I forget his name already, but the director for StarCraft 2 is also part of Moonshot Games.
Dustin Browder.
Browder,
Yeah.
that's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Secret Door has the director for Hearthstone, Heroes, and StarCraft 2, and then a few other guys. They're mostly Blizzard. It's mostly ex-Blizzard who are probably, again, this is just my assumption, but they're probably fed up with Activision. They left. Morhaime comes along and says, "Hey, let's do our own thing."
You're talking about Ben Thompson, right? Is the other guy? He's the guy. So Ben Thompson worked on Hearthstone and a couple other games, but he was also part of the WoW TCG, the actual physical trading card game. He was a part of that too. So that's bring back some TCG, man. I would be for that.
At the end of the day,
I
mean,
like TCG,
at
man.
the end of the day, there's a lot of people who aren't happy.
A lot of hands.
Well, there's a lot of people who weren't happy with the corporateness of Activision, and probably, again, this is just an assumption, probably wanted to go more back to Blizzard's roots. I know we talked about this on our like Blizzard versus Riot. They were born from video games and metal.
Yeah.
So
Those belts upon metal music.
I feel like this is kind of a throwback to that, where we want to go back to having our own thing with our own ideas, our own creative control. It's a lot of people who have been working together for a long time and have shown us good games, and now they have their own creative control. Are we going to see anything anytime soon?
Probably not. I predict that we'll actually get an announcement for something sometime by the end of 2021. End of 2021.
Like maybe a name and some,
Yeah.
like
Like a
a
cinematic.
demo. Yeah, like that's it.
I doubt that we'll get like a...
Actual gameplay.
Let me ask you a question then, Matt. So,
Because, okay, real quick, just
Yeah, go
to
ahead.
jump on you. I remember you said a few episodes ago, we were talking about Diablo 4.
yeah.
And you were mentioning that like one of the developers was like, it's not even Blizzard long that we have any information for.
Yeah.
And these are all ex-Blizzard guys.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling like
It's
it's
going to be a joke at some time. It's not even Blizzard soon.
yeah. So I don't think we're seeing anything from Dreamhaven soon, but I would love to see what they've got.
Yeah. You got creative leaves from guys that have worked on Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, worked with those guys. You got guys from StarCraft, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, World of Warcraft, dating back from like the early times of Blizzard.
Yep.
I kind of feel like,
Blizzard lifers.
yeah, Blizzard lifers, people that really, that whole group of people like really like stuck together, which shows that Mike and them must not have been very happy with the outcome of Blizzard.
That's my assumption too. I think that too.
Right on, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, or I don't even want to say that I think it will happen. How do you think that Dreamhaven, given on what they're going to come out with, is going to compete with Blizzard? Do you think a lot, like let's say they come out with an MMO. Let's just say that, because that's what they started with. Well, no, they didn't start with that. They had Lost Vikings and all that other stuff before WoW. But their big hitter was WoW when it came out.
It was their first like major flagship.
Yeah. And Mike,
For an MMO.
Fair.
Right. No. I'm saying Blizzard's big hitter was WoW when it first dropped because they didn't have StarCraft yet. WoW came before StarCraft, right? I think, right?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm
StarCraft,
sorry.
my
I'm sorry.
StarCraft came
Warcraft.
No.
Not World of Warcraft. Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Yes,
Warcraft came before
came
StarCraft.
before StarCraft.
That's
it was
what I'm talking about.
Warcraft,
Okay.
then
I was
StarCraft.
like,
Sorry.
what are you smoking?
Sorry.
Then
Warcraft.
came World of Warcraft.
Then came World of Warcraft.
Yes.
It went
let me-
Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, WoW.
Yes.
Was Diablo after Warcraft?
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
Diablo was before Warcraft.
No.
No.
Okay.
Because Lost Vikings.
I should know
No.
this shit.
Lost Vikings was like
Because I played the first fucking Warcraft
There's like so
on
much
a, on a
look, all
DOS.
this up here, guys, is is
I
Blizzard
played
shit.
the first
Yeah.
Warcraft
I
on
should
a
know.
DOS
literally
computer.
every single
Uh-huh.
thing on that shelf is Blizzard.
That's how I know.
Wow.
Okay.
And the very first time I played Diablo
Just wipe it all off.
was
You don't deserve it anymore.
Windows 95.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Warcraft came out. It was a big hitter. StarCraft came out. It was bigger than Warcraft for sure. I think StarCraft was definitely bigger than Warcraft.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And then World of Warcraft came out, and that like broke the internet because it was open Warcraft. Open
It
World
was
Warcraft.
pretty game breaking. People
Warcraft
loved it.
3 came out before WoW.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm talking about World of Warcraft when that came out.
Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne
People-
came out for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
People tripped on that because they were like, wow, I can do this world. Like,
Yes.
it's open. I can do all this stuff. It's crazy. And that was, I feel like, Blizzard's big moment of like, now here's like the next generation of Blizzard.
So okay, you know what?
Everybody-
Let me take back what I said a minute ago when I said flagship. That was their breakout hit.
Yeah, that was a breakout.
That was what really like made their name practically household in gaming community.
Yeah, pretty much. It was
No.
massive.
Household, not gaming community.
Yeah, it was
because everyone knew
massive.
Blizzard gaming because StarCraft was awesome.
Yeah.
But with WoW, it became more of a household name.
Yeah.
Yes. Because of South Park.
Yeah.
Also true.
Yeah. massive appreciation to Blizzard when that game came out. It was
Right.
crazy. So do you think that because it's the OG, it's Mike Morhaime, it's the OG, and it's these OG players from Blizzard that are coming together with this studio, they come out with a game, and it's an MMO. How many people do you think are going to jump ship from Blizzard and just go follow Mike Morhaime?
I'd try it.
Yeah,
I'd try it simply to spite Blizzard and because I know Morhaime has made good games in the past.
Yeah.
And I understand that what WoW was originally is not what it is now.
Right.
And on top of that, his reason for leaving Blizzard and starting Dreamhaven, so his motivations are, in my mind, pure. He's not a Sweeney.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I respect him more for what I don't even know what he's throwing out yet, but I'm much more interested in it.
He wasn't, because Sweeney was all about the platform before the actual games.
Yeah. And he was talking about how he's going to fix this, fix that.
Like if Morhaime-
and Morhaime hasn't said
If
anything
Morhaime
other
had
than
come out and been like, oh, and we're planning on launching all of our games off our new Dreamhaven launcher and blah, blah, you know what I mean?
It'd be
Like that-
different.
That makes anytime.
That's putting the
I'd be
cart
much
before
more
the horse.
suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what Sweeney
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I'd
Sweeney
be
absolutely
suspicious.
did that.
Yeah.
He put the fucking platform before any of the games.
Yeah, but Morhaime was saying this is a company,
No,
so
I
you
agree.
know what's coming.
He hasn't even said anything. He's just made it and been like, I'm doing this. I want creative control. And like, that's it.
Yep.
There's
I made a
no
new
details.
thing. You know what it's going to be about.
But I got
Are
a
you
lot
guys
more
interested?
respect for that.
Oh, I got a
I have
ton of
so
respect
much
for
more
that.
respect for that.
And I think that Mike, now because he has had years of experience dealing with multiple deals internally, blah, 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 turning over and all this stuff like that, he definitely knows the necessary steps to take to make sure that doesn't happen again.
I think, I'm going to be real, I think it's going to stay relatively small for a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
definitely.
think their first games are going to be, I don't think they're aiming for like home runs. I mean,
Oh,
obviously
no,
they're
no,
aiming
no.
for home runs, but I don't think they're not really.
They're gonna test the waters with some stuff first before they come out.
And
swinging.
they're not. They've been around Activision long enough to know they still have to make money. I don't think they're going to just.
Blizzard was making money before it ever.
That's
Yeah.
true, but what I'm saying is I don't think they're just going to go, well, we like this, so let's make it. I think they're still going to look at the market and go, well, what's.
Those are the
What's-
best games.
And I agree with you, but I still think they're going to look at what's selling, not necessarily what's on top. We need to make one of these, but just what's still popular. Like where in the bell curve can we fit?
And see, I think that I'm
Dungeon
the opposite.
crawlers.
I think the best games are ones where someone's like, I have an idea, and they're like, oh, well, I don't know if we can do that, and then they found a way to do it. Like for instance, Metal Gear. Metal Gear was not originally going to be a stealth game.
It was a bullet hell.
It was a
bullet hell
and
game.
it wouldn't handle
But it couldn't.
the data.
Yeah. So he changed it into his and look at what
And it's
and
incredible.
it's synonymous with stealth.
Yeah.
Like that is the stealth action game. Is
That's
Metal
fair.
Gear Solid. So I think
Yep.
I think creativity has to be
I agree with that.
the
I just
initial.
I think
I don't think you can make a good book, movie, song, video game, whatever. I don't think you can make a good creative
outlet.
piece
Yeah.
if it's based on like, oh, well, what do people like? I don't think that's where art comes from.
That's fair.
That's just me though.
No, and I can see that. I'm just thinking from like a base jumping point. Like if
Sure. I
if
guess
battle royales have fallen off and nobody plays them anymore, you're probably not going to make a battle royale.
unless your passion is battle royales and you're like, well, all these other ones are scrubs. I'm going to show you how to do it right. You know what I
And
mean?
that's fair.
Because that's all, and that's my point. Is like, so what?
And that's
if,
exactly
like, they're
why he
not-
left Activision.
If someone made a battle royale and they're like, you've played a battle royale because they're all the fucking same, PUBG, Fortnite, whatever. Like it's all the same. Here's a battle royale, but here's what makes it different and better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
In fact,
it shouldn't-
actually, what they say is what you've played, your PUBG, your Fortnite, you thought you played a battle royale. You didn't. Here is a battle royale. This is a battle royale.
There was a MOBA that never got, or it was finally released, but it cut like 90% of the shit that was supposed to be in it, and I was really interested in it. It was a completely
You in a MOBA.
It was an indie MOBA that then eventually got picked up by Epic, and that was when I lost like 90% of my interest in
Was
it.
it Dawngate? Was it?
Not that one, the other one.
Because Dawngate was great.
The other one that was like the more like
Oh, you're
sell-
talking about
the se-
Paragon.
Yeah, fuck that game.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
Yeah.
Dude, what they
Paragon-
promised originally is not at all what that
you know
game
Smite.
was.
You know Smite.
Yes.
How it's behind third person. but
Yes.
With gods. It was the same principle, but with like their own spin on it. With real
They were
engine,
supposed to have
da-da-da-da.
so it was supposed to be a MOBA in name only. Like it was
Okay.
supposed to be like so much better. I thought it as the next step forward. In the same way that Modern Warfare was the next step forward with first person shooters.
Okay.
They
Turned out to be
delivered
the
on
Anthem.
Nothing.
Anthem.
They delivered
MOBAs.
on none of their fucking promises.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Promised
so
everything,
pissed off.
delivered
And
nothing.
I actually
Dude,
had
this
a
was
buddy
something-
who became like a partnered streamer on Twitch because he was playing that game, and then Epic was just like, and fucking
Dude,
crashed it.
I saw Paragon the very first time because the guy, one of the original developers, was on Imgur,
Okay.
and I'm on Imgur.
Yeah.
And so that was when I first saw it. Was like, hey, I'm making this game, check it out. And so I checked it out, and I was like, this looks really
This
cool.
looks pretty
And I
cool.
hate MOBAs. And so I just kept the tab on it like for the next year and a half, and then I was like, oh, Epic. I was like, ugh.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
All right. And then I saw the actual release. I was like, dude, this has none of the shit you talked about years ago.
And then they
Like it's
shut
just
it
fucking,
down.
it's just Dota.
Yep.
Like it's just Dota. You just made Dota. Congrats.
But
Except
third
that
person.
Dota already exists, so
There's two of them.
so you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except a third person over the shoulder.
Yeah.
And it was made in Unreal Engine, and then they collapsed that project.
Weren't great.
They pulled, but dude, just epic fail.
So I think you
I'm
can make a
hopeful for
good game.
Dreamhaven.
I think you can make a good game in any genre. It's whether or not you're willing to give the time and effort, and if you are creatively talented enough to do it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna quote Mike Morhaime again by quote taking the chances that most big publishers won't, end quote.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So you know what? Who knows?
That's where the good shit happens. Taking chances.
Who knows?
Look at Death Stranding.
Yeah.
How many people fucking hate that game?
A lot.
A lot
Yeah,
of people
didn't like.
A lot of people were so wildly disappointed with that game.
It's a good game.
It's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game.
It's
Just
not.
people are overly critical
It's
of
a
Hideo
good game.
Kojima.
It's not like the greatest thing ever, but it is a
challenge-
good
It
game.
challenges what your idea of a video game is, which
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people were looking for in a video game. But
Yeah.
if you appreciate the kind of like meta like narrative that he's trying to draw with like real life, and he's a fucking complicated dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine trying to just work with that guy. I'd be like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You know what?
Wait, repeat
Just-
that.
just what do you need?
Wait, so why
you need
does
me to
this
do
guy?
this? Okay, got it.
Wait, okay.
Nope,
so
not gonna ask why. Got it. Doing this.
It's like, okay, wait. So I get that, like, there's nuclear weapons, and the Metal Gears are supposed to be like allegories for nuclear weapons. But why is this guy a vampire? No, like I get it, but what does this vampire guy represent? Like, oh, it's just vampire.
What?
Vampires are cool.
So you're saying
And his name is Vamp?
So you're saying that genome soldiers are basically clones, is what you're saying, right? Yeah. So how come we can't? She doesn't get hit by bullets. Fortune.
Yeah, fortunate. Like,
So she why? Just because. So
So
what does she bring forward to the table? That you can be impervious to bullets.
so wait, he cut his arm off, and then he put some dead guy's arm on him, and now he's being possessed by the arm?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, this guy can read the other guy's mind.
You get my point.
Yes.
I mean, so you're saying the president might be behind some of the nuclear attacks?
And also, he's not real?
He's also not real. So, and then
That could never happen.
Who's,
We'd know immediately if
so
Trump was a computer program.
what's Decoy Octopus's background?
Wait, so all of
What's his
this
backstory?
Hold on. So all of this came from a game that originally failed as a bullet hell because of data?
So you took
Okay.
So you took a bunch of swimsuit models that were traumatized as children and then put them in Transformers? What?
Can we talk about something really quick?
No.
Though? Decoy Octopus. Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a bomb development company name.
Well,
Decoy Octopus sounds like a sex toy
Also,
with 5
let's talk
speeds.
about just really fast,
8.
really fast, and then we'll
needs 8.
and then we'll wrap up. Decoy Octopus might be one of the only characters in the Metal Gear universe that is the most controversial. If you think about it, let me ask you a question, Matt. You played the first Metal Gear Solid game, right?
I want to. Where are you going with
No,
this?
I'm just asking. Did you play the first Metal Gear Solid, the one for PlayStation, the PS1,
Yeah.
Shadow
no.
Moses.
the
No.
Shadow Moses
Shadow
Island one?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
we need to play that on Abandonwares. But anyways, there is a part in the game.
Yeah,
It's
the
not-
GameCube. You gotta get fucking GameCube right there.
That's my GameCube.
No, I have it on the. I actually have the original PS1 version.
Yeah, but if we're gonna play that, then play the GameCube.
I don't want to play
version.
Twin Snakes.
It's better.
No, I
It
like to play
fixes
the-
the controls.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, the point I'm making. I didn't have a problem with the controls.
Get on with it.
No, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're
That
talking
they're
about.
not great going back to.
On the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Really?
Compared to like the Metal Gear controls now, yes, he fixed them.
Huh. I'm gonna have to. No, it's not a fight. I'm legitimately asking.
I'll
Because-
tell you about it later.
Because
Just-
I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 1 in like 6 years or something.
oh, okay. So you
and
okay,
it's fine.
then-
It felt fine. But anyways, there's a part in the game where it's right in the beginning. You're crawling through an air vent, like a
As you do.
AV vent, and you come down and you start talking to who you think is the DARPA chief. And you're talking to him, and all of a sudden he has a heart attack, and he dies.
Yo, that looks like a bullet wound to me, dog.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's like I wouldn't want to meet dog. But anyways, he has a heart attack, and then Snake's like, "What the fuck?" Turns out that wasn't the DARPA chief. It was Decoy Octopus, who was a guy that was on Foxhound. Who he was he was a master of disguise that people didn't actually know.
Good movie.
People didn't actually even know if who they were talking to when he was
Right.
Decoy Octopus was actually what he looked like.
Yeah.
Now, it's such a controversial character because you would think, because he had to have been injected with the nanomachines and everything like that,
Yeah.
that would have given him the heart attack, the same thing that
No, that
Baker
he had it.
right?
No, he had it because Snake came up to him, and that's how.
Did he give
Snake had it,
Did Snake give it to him?
not on purpose, but Snake had it, and then he transferred it to him, and that's how he died. Because that was the plan. Because the plan was to wipe out all of Foxhound at once,
Right.
Like how they had killed. And
But
that's
Snake
why.
didn't
and that's
know-
Why, no, he didn't know that he was a ticking time bomb. Just for the virus that killed. or the nanomachines, whatever. it
Who
was.
killed? Okay, Snake gave the nanomachines to the
Snake
DARPA
didn't
chief?
know that he was infected with them,
Right.
and therefore he was killing all the people that he was in contact with who were. Because
okay.
it was supposed to. Because the mission
Snake was the bomb. He didn't
The
know he was the
real
bomb.
mission was to wipe out all of Foxhound and blame the what were they called? The point was at Shadow Moses was to blame Foxhound for the whole stealing of the Metal Gear.
Right.
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 So that was why they were taking out all the Foxhound members, and that's why they thought that they had killed Grey Wolf.
Yeah.
But then he showed up as the fucking cyborg ninja.
Gray Fox, yeah.
Grey Fox. Yeah.
Grey Fox.
So, DARPA chief was never actually injected with anything?
Not that I can recall,
Because why would Snake just showing up give him a heart attack?
because Snake had the nanomachines, and then when he got close to him, he like breathed on him.
Oh, see, I never actually...
That was what I'm remembering.
I thought that
That it was. I remember that the whole Shadow Moses op was just a setup to wipe out.
Yeah,
Foxhound.
it was.
And I think that Snake was the delivery system to kill Octopus because they didn't know who Octopus was and they could never figure out who he was.
Right.
So they just waited until Snake was near someone who then had a heart attack.
Yeah. Okay. Because
That's what I remember.
because
I might be
then
wrong.
you go down in the elevator down to the hangars or where those storage units are, and you come across Kenneth Baker, who's being tied up by Ocelot. You fight Ocelot, and then Kenneth Baker has a heart attack, and the whole time he's like, those bastards actually did it. He's like freaking out about it. Was he injected with something, or was it Snake being too close? Because Snake also got close to a lot of other people, and nothing happened.
because I don't think
Because Meryl didn't. Nothing happened to Meryl.
Because I don't think Meryl wasn't supposed to be there. I don't believe
So it only works.
she wasn't even part of Foxhound then.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah,
She
wasn't
wanted
even
to be
supposed
a part of
Yeah,
Foxhound.
she wasn't even supposed to be there.
But why would Snake not? What if he has something on him?
I don't
why would
think
it
he
not
was-
fuck with
I don't-
her?
I don't know. It's been so long.
That's why I thought that they were injected with something. Which the whole point of me going was, why wouldn't Decoy Octopus be like, I don't know if I should be injected with this, and how would anybody else that was injecting people, let's say it was Ocelot, not know that was fucking Decoy Octopus? They were on the same fucking team.
I don't know. It's so dude.
It's a controversial fucking character.
It's so long ago. I'd have to play it again.
I'm really big on Metal Gear, and I always thought that was really weird. Obviously, if I even know all the characters' names,
I think
Kenneth
it's
Baker and
weird
everybody.
that you like crawl past Meryl's cell, and then if you crawl back, she's naked. What's up with that?
Yeah, within like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
She's suddenly doing sit-ups with her pants off. It's weird.
Really quick at taking her pants off?
There's just no reason. But then when you watch the cutscene, she has her pants on again.
Yeah. What the fuck?
So she's really good at putting them back on.
Anyways, she was already wearing a sports bra.
Because it was 1998.
That's harder to get off.
she was already she was only wearing a sports bra. I
yeah,
believe.
true. She was only wearing like a tank top. She got shot in the Foxhound logo.
Yeah.
That's
That.
interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was just curious about that. Long walk for a short drink of water.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well, that was fun.
hopefully Dreamhaven does well.
I hope so too. I'm excited to see what they've got, but I think it's gonna be
It's
gonna be Blizzard long
Soon.
before we see anything.
Facts.
All right.
All right, well, we need to wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. You can find the podcast on iTunes and Google Play, as well as Spotify and SoundCloud, which SoundCloud is our major hub if you already don't know that. We're closing in on our 100th episode. We're on
YouTube, too.
episode 93. If you want to watch the podcast, go to youtube.com/likablegeeks. You can watch the episodes there. If you want to catch mine and Matt's game show, Abandonwares, youtube.com/abandonwares. Right now, we are playing Super Mario 3 and Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And then eventually we're going to pick up and play Pokemon
Bees!
some more. Fuck that bee. We're going to pick up and play Pokemon again soon. We're going to play a couple others. Apparently now we need to play Metal Gear Solid, the first one, because you've never played it. So
Correct, sir.
we need
If
to
you
play
guys do, just tell me and I'll jump on.
that. Sure. We can have it. We can three-man that one. That's easy. Because we blow through that game really fast that way, too. Because, I mean, I played that game probably like 40 or 50 times. I know everything about that game. So we'll have to play that game. Be really fun. But for right now, yeah, Ocarina of Time probably won't get played, but A Link to the Past, I think, is where we're going to start with Zelda. I had a few friends ask me about Ocarina of Time, Majora's. I think we're going to go up the ladder. And, yeah, we're definitely going to play Twilight Princess. Probably the next Zelda game that we played. But anyways, yeah, so we're playing games on there, youtube.com/abandonwares. The links will be down in the description below. And if you want to find any of us, our personal Twitter, social media, the links to those will be down below, as well as any links to the podcast social media. Those will be in the links down below. So thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. Again, we're closing in on episode 100. We're on episode 93. Only a few away. So
Smash that like button.
smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you guys all next time. Bye.